to get here. However, not long. So, last time, you lot were sent to, and if memory serves.
Does that mean slutty trolls? You look thirsty. I brought you some iced tea. It's passion fruit, new in the menu. I know, I work here.
City 4. The fourth city marked on your map.
So, how are trolls yay or nay?
City of Syndros. Now, you were sent there specifically because of the fact that you need to find out something about some sort of necromantic force within the city. They never gave you any specifications, but most of you reasonably assumed that it would likely be in the graveyard. Let's be completely honest, that's rather obvious. But the point is that you have investigated most of the graveyard, save for parts of the underground section. From there, however, you have found rumbling, scratching, and general movement. However, later on, before that, you also found a rather disconcerting sight. A particularly belligerent skull without a body, and a rather dim-witted body without a head. However, the head and the body did not go together. However, that might be taken is entirely up for you. So, you stand at the entrance of the mausoleum. From there, who knows what's down there. So, how would you like to proceed? Alright. God damn it, Toki's already switched to a new character.
God fucking damn it! It's the 5th one!
Well, I mean, wait. No, Thorgoth is still there, so I haven't given him any. Hey, Toki.
I'm gonna ask for the sheet right now.
Hmm?
Can someone explain why there's someone in this channel named That Fuck?
Oh yeah, that's what Anthony named himself a while ago and just never changed it. So, Toki, Thargarth, you're there too. For the most part, all of you managed to find rather ease searching the upper layer of the graveyard. It doesn't seem that anybody or anything has been disturbed yet. However, as I've said, what lies below the cemetery could be an entirely different question. So, how do you choose to proceed?
Uh,
Last I remember, there was a skeleton walking into a wall, and Octavius was holding his skull.
it wasn't his skull. It was a different skeleton.
It was not the skull of said skeleton, sadly. So,
Octavius will look for a way to get into said mausoleum, I believe. We have a key?
oh no, the door. There is no door.
What?
We're literally just staring down the hall, down like the staircase to go down.
Oh, okay. Lovely. Alright, I'm gonna activate my helmet of false life.
42 inmates have died.
False life or light?
False life. It gives me 1d4 plus 4 health.
Oh yes. Sorry, I lose track of items at times. My bad.
Yay, 8
But
temporary
yes,
hit
so-
points.
Oh, that'll
Lasts
be
for
good.
an hour.
Wait, you mentioned there was rattling coming from down the mausoleum?
Yeah, it sounded like there was something moving around down there, or scraping against it, or just in general, it sounded like there was something there.
Oh. I pull out the bottle of sunlight and just unwrap the tip of it so it acts like a flashlight.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, come on, that's how wrappings work.
Unfortunately, not in this case. The stuff still glows, but it's this weird dichotomy where it's like it casts off a faint glow, not enough to provide a light source, but inside there it does provide a glow. But the problem is that, like, even if you unwrap the top and like point it, you just get like a slow drip out, and like each drop that goes down is like concentrated sunlight.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the first time we found this thing, it blinded all of us when we unwrapped it.
It was 80
True.
yesterday?
But for all you know, it could be losing potency. None of you ever inspected to see if these things lasted long.
For fuck's sake, they were in a box, and I did investigate all of them.
You probably, if my memory serves, you didn't do that well. You just got basic type, what they do, and through trial and error, you also figured out what they do. If you want, a good thing to note, though, the drops on the ground aren't dissipating. If anything, they're getting a bit brighter over time.
Okay, until I figure out what the hell's going with that, I'm gonna wrap it back up.
All right. Currently, you are standing on a landing, and there's actually about 20 feet of light from those 3 drops on the ground.
Uh-huh. Hi, how's it going?
Good thing we have dark vision.
Yeah. Good thing you all got dark vision.
Okay.
Can I scoop any of that dropping and just throw it down the mausoleum?
No, it's like you try and rub it. All you do is really just spread it across the ground, and then when you try to pull it up, it's a weird sensation because it does stick to your finger, but the moment you pull up to go away, it sort of whips off the finger and back onto the ground.
It's like trying to
Is it
pick
not
up
on
condensation.
Is it not on dirt or is it on stone?
It's on stone. And Mark, what did you say?
So it's like trying to pick up drops of condensation from a water bottle.
Basically. Except seems a bit harder.
Can I light the torch of Nightborn?
Sure. You go blind, and as you look down the hallway,
Yeah.
you see at the very edge of your vision faint traces of something moving about. There doesn't seem to be a pattern or any kind of logic to how they move. As a matter of fact, you even see some of them slowly begin to bump into each other and moving back and forth like that. But beyond that, yeah, no, it just looks like they're randomly walking. Two are standing still, and those are at the very left edge and very right edge. All the others just keep walking.
I mean, you knew. Well, the one
You
woman
can't
that
gauge
died
distance.
of corona, she died of the surgery.
So,
I'd relay the information to the group. How wide is this the entrance? Does it fit two people side by side?
it would, yeah. It allows two people to walk side by side.
But they don't. But they didn't die. Uh-huh.
So, how do you wish to proceed down the staircase? If you want to proceed, that is. For all I know, you just want to move. You just want to stay there. Which is entirely acceptable.
I will go down the stairs and inspect.
I follow suit while taking out my my rifle.
Okay.
Does anything
Octavius,
happen?
Thugger,
Isn't this?
do you want to follow suit, or
Right.
What do you think,
right.
Ebert? I talk to the skull.
Mm.
do you want to talk to the skull about this, or?
I said, what do you think, Ebert, to the skull?
Oh, okay.
The skull looks to him. No. What, you think just because I'm a talking skull, I got all the fucking answers?
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. Who they were? Did they say? Yeah, but but
Well,
oh,
you might be
said
right.
5 deaths.
Point me down the stairs.
Oh, okay. That's different.
I do that.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but effectively, it looks real bad down there.
How bad?
Right.
I mean, it's a bit, hard to describe, you know?
On a scale of 1 to, oh god, there's a lich, how bad?
Solid goblins might hump your leg.
Well, 2 of them have left.
That's
Only 3 people.
specific.
Seriously, like
The skull is just silent now.
I follow them down.
Right, but I'm just saying.
Thargoth?
The other, you'll be able
Or
to, you
Doki?
can probably figure out who else has it, because there should be some.
Yeah, I followed them.
Alrighty.
Right.
Alrighty. So, as you all head down the stairs, you slowly find it, well, for those of you with dark vision, the surroundings get grayer and grayer and grayer. Till eventually everything's just a monochrome.
can we still see the outline of each other?
Logano and his team had a few wins under their belt before everything was shut down, so they expect to just pick up where they left off.
Hard to tell. From the looks of it, yes, but at the same time, there are subtle,
You know, the reason I sent you that picture is
sort
because
of
May 1st was decision
marks
day for all the kids.
on each of you.
You know, that's the day they have to choose.
For instance, when you look at
what
Octavius, you
college
notice a
they're
slight
going to.
amount
And
of
so normally, what a
smoke
lot of kids would do was
wisping
buy a
off of
t-shirt or a
wisping
sweatshirt
off
or
of his
whatever,
head.
whatever school they're gonna
When
go
you look at
to.
Thargoth, you see this
And May 1st,
constant
it's become
sort
like a
of
tradition. They wear their shirt
twitching
to
movement.
school. And
When you look
obviously they've never been
to
able to do
Holly,
that because there's no school.
the
So
outline's
what
a lot
lot
more
of the kids have,
subdued.
what a lot of the kids, they took pictures of themselves in the shirts, and then there's a
It's hard to
Facebook page for
tell,
the Girls Point
but
Class of posted the pictures of
it's
themselves.
weird.
On
From your point of view, a lot of
Facebook.
them,
And
it's
so,
that sort of
we took a bunch of pictures
uncanny
of
valley.
each had to be in.
For whatever reason,
By her sign,
whenever
lawn
you
sign,
look at
she's a
them, there's
self-graduate.
just enough
So
that
we
you
did
know
that.
it's them,
So there you have
but at the
it.
same time,
So, and I sent you one of the pictures, and Tommy put
you
it on
can't.
his Facebook page, and
You
Marty
don't see them
posted it
there.
on her Facebook page.
It's weird.
And so,
Regardless,
about her.
you eventually find
They're
yourself
fine. I mean, I don't see them.
in a rather
They're
spacious
outside working
room.
on their lawn and stuff like that. I don't see him much. I think Jack's home. But he's pretty much, kind of in his room.
It also should be good to note,
And,
no, Azrael, that as you moved down,
oh, yeah.
those faint traces got
So,
more and
that's what
more
we're doing.
more and more defined.
Yeah.
But then
So that's
they all
an interesting
just
thing.
disappeared.
And that's all. We're just trying
You
to figure
think it
out.
happened
Hanging out.
when you looked back and then looked forward, and suddenly they were all gone. So now
Oh, good.
you're in a rather spacious area. You come out on this end, seeing well, actually nothing. Any real features seem to have either been weathered away or straight up stolen. As well, there's also small stalactites hanging from the ceiling.
Right.
And
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
nothing else. Oh no, you're up here.
Right.
I go up to Noctis and say, "Alright, Kimosabi, you see anything?"
He's gone.
You don't. It's entirely black.
Wait, could the torch detect undead or only living creatures?
You aren't entirely sure? Because you've never tested it.
What about the skull or the skeleton that was outside?
They can't
You
force
didn't.
you, Mommy.
You were out of range
They
when you
can
turned it
make suggestions
on,
and
because it was at the very
recommendations,
edge, and the range doesn't extend
but
that
they
far,
can
sadly.
prevent
But
me from coming
if you look at
in.
the skull, you don't see anything.
But you live
No living
Right.
creatures, but
it's just
there might be some
that's
undead.
the smarter thing for you to do right now. But so who's Molly?
At that point, you do see something like rush by. Octavius, you see a rat.
Right, right.
Okay.
As for the rest of you, do you have anything you want to do here?
It became clear to me that that was just a bridge too far. People were not going to accept the government telling them.
At this point, I'll shut off the torch.
Right.
All right. Your vision returns. It's actually a bit weird because typically you see something, but now you don't. From there, you also see a rat scurry by as well. Huh. So it looks like
Well, a test,
Beyond that-
a test is just a snapshot, Mom.
the rest
I
of you.
mean, you test on Wednesday. No, if they take your blood on Wednesday,
Any ideas?
you could get it Thursday. I mean, but I can see why people want it, right?
She's start moving in more slowly now.
Okay. I'm also trying to see what Holly and Thargoth want to do.
I don't think I really understand
All right,
what's
sweetie.
happening.
Well, listen,
You're in a large room.
there.
You're in a
I
large.
walk down the
Forever.
stairs.
Yeah, you
No
guys are in a large
skeletons?
room. No skeletons. Not yet,
We'll
anyways.
talk soon. I love you too. Okay.
And then
But-
we look different.
And in darkness. At least at least to Azrael. None of you looked at each other, so none of you other guys looked at each other with any real attention, so...
What's in the room?
Nothing. Well, the odd rat, but nothing from the looks of it.
The hallway. The hallway. What's the hall?
Oh, that's just a little bridge. There's no hallway. It's like a large open chamber and then a bridge across to a small circular pedestal that, from this distance, looks like it's some kind of altar. Or at least the raised diocese, or at least the raised platform for an altar. Beyond that, there's nothing on it.
The cartoon.
What? The pedestal.
America's response. So what?
Hmm?
It'll
I
magically
will
go
walk
away.
over here to place the thing and catch my happen.
All right, you go over to the platform. What did you want to place on it?
I didn't place any.
Oh, I thought you said that. So yeah, you walk over and step up on it. Nothing happens. It's just a platform. At least for this.
Does anything catch my eye?
Roll investigation.
Let's get more perception checks. Better.
You do find a very small, what looks like a switch.
Figure out what it's to.
I mean, it's literally just a floor switch, like a button, basically.
I will take out my crossbow and try to hit it with my crossbow bolt.
Roll attack.
We go into this place. The dead is laid to rest, and you just start shooting shit.
There's
Yeah,
a
you
button.
start
I
blasting.
think it might be a trap. I don't want to step on it.
Keep in mind, you have to be fairly close to hit it, because
With a
it's
crossbow?
not. Yeah, because it's a button on the floor. It's not raised like 3 feet up. It's a floor switch.
Yeah, but I can like stand away from it and like hit it with a ranged attack, can I?
Not really.
With probably double disadvantage for how small it is and where it's placed.
So yeah, at regular, you're about 1.5 feet from it. As you click,
I don't want to be 1.5 feet from it. I want to be like 15
all right, well,
feet
with that,
back.
you miss.
Can I investigate if it's a sort of trap or other kind of mechanism?
Roll investigation with disadvantage, because you really
Who is this?
can't tell
Ryan.
anything. Fuck if you know. It's at that point that the bolt goes flying past your head and you can't really focus.
Oh, my. Okay.
Careful, William.
I mean, I don't know why you would get in the way when I pulled my crossbow out.
Wait, do you want to... Wait, you want to get your bolt back? Sorry if I got that right.
Sure, I'll go pick it up, but I was telling him to not be in my way
Oh,
when
okay.
he saw me pulling my crossbow out.
Gotcha. My bad. Yes. So, as you go and get it, you pick it up and you walk back. Octavius, do you go over there, or are you just staying out of there? Also, Thargirth, are you doing anything?
Doki, 1 noise for your making a new character sheet, 2 noise for your sleep.
I know what I can do.
Push.
I cast Thaumaturgy to shake the ground near or where the button is.
It doesn't trigger. It was a good idea.
Why don't I have mage hand?
Because you're a cleric. The better question is, why don't I have mage hand?
Alright, it's taking too long. I would just go and press it.
Somehow you miss.
Yeah, I'm.
You're not
Toki,
sure
were you just
how,
gonna
but you
hit it?
think you hit another dimension. Oh, love of all those holy.
I poke it.
Octavius
my
just
sword.
walks up and steps on the
Before
button.
that, sadly, before that, Azrael steps on it. You hear this click. Okay, who's standing around Azrael when he pushes it?
Okay, I was over here.
Definitely not me.
I was
And I
over
prefer-
here.
No, you were over there. Octavius, don't try to worm out of it. You went over.
I
definitely
got
would
to
not
at least
stand near him
here
as
by the
he
time
pressed
you
the
said
button.
he stepped on the button.
Yeah, no, you were on the bridge at least. Okay. Holly, you're there. Thargirth, you went up to push it, so you were right next to him. Thargirth, roll a deck save. Just you, not Azrael.
The button's for the bridge, isn't it?
All right, you manage to, as you feel this sort of shuddering in the earth, or well, the stone technically, but as it like shifts, you step back as part of it slides down, and then small stairs come out.
You're telling me this bridge just turned into a staircase?
No, the altar did, where Azrael and Thargirth
Okay.
are.
Okay. And be like, oh no.
You might complain of us being too paranoid, but we've had 3 campaigns of you laying shit down.
I'm also just a cautious player because I've had really shitty DMs.
Oh no, I fully understand why you guys are cautious, and also I take advantage of that fully.
I'm not as cautious.
Holly will take the lead down the stairs.
Okay.
So there's something about that rat that we didn't know about.
Octavius will follow Holly down the
Flight of
stairs.
stairs.
All right. Octavius. So it's going Holly, Octavius, Thargirth,
Why not?
and Azrael. You want to go down?
Isn't the other cleric here?
Alicia. Oh yes, Alicia's too. She's been silent somehow. She is just following along. She wants you guys. She wants to see how you guys can do with that when she's not actually saying anything.
Oh, that's gonna bite her in the ass. I can promise you that.
Oh, without a doubt.
Alicia just sort of shrugs and moves along with you. She seems a bit distracted if you pay attention.
My character would just assume that she's actually thinking about the things that she told her. Which is to not be
Okay.
stupid and move with the party.
Aw. Well, he still doesn't answer, so as you all move down again, you eventually find yourself at a solid wall. But there's a switch to your left. Holly, you're the one closest to the switch.
I'm gonna, I guess, learn my lesson from the last switch, and I guess I'll just go and press it, even though I don't trust it as the player.
All right, you push it, and this wall, the wall slowly shifts to the side.
Some more stairs.
No, it's a hallway, rather an intersection.
I'll look back and say, I'm glad you guys are following. It's really creepy.
Holly, as you step into the hallway, roll the dex save.
I didn't say I stepped into the hallway, but I guess I'll do it.
Can I, since I'm right behind her, can I use my reaction to pull her out of danger?
You can use your reaction to give her advantage.
Sure, go ahead.
Boy, oh.
Oh my
14.
god.
Ugh.
I'm only kind of good at
Just
this.
below it. You are one below it, sadly.
Use my
you
action to cast Bless.
Sadly, no. As you step, your foot hits a loose stone that shifts, and your leg falls through and gets jammed really badly between the two stones.
What?
Effectively, you hit a loose stone, it shifted badly, and now your ankle's being pinned by two very heavy cobblestone pieces.
Cool.
Thankfully, you don't hear the crunch of something breaking,
Fuck.
but you are stuck.
Okay.
Does anybody want to try to help her?
Yo.
Help.
How do you do this?
I don't know. I was walking into a hallway while looking at you guys, apparently.
So I'm going to assume this is athletics to pull her out.
Please
Athletics,
don't hurt my ankle.
It would be
It's very important
athletics
to me.
or... Let me see. I know there's a second skill.
Acrobatics is the angular, but this is kind of... Me pulling doesn't feel like an acrobatic thing.
Yeah, no, it's either... It is athletics, or it is athletics to pull her out, or sleight of hand to move the stone without the other one collapsing and crushing her foot.
I'm going to sleight of hand the stone, because I'm better at that than athletics.
Yeah, I'll help
Before you
out.
do anything, I'm gonna cast guidance on you.
That's a D4, right?
As you're trying to help me, and I don't want my foot to get crushed.
All right.
Add a D4.
It's a 16 total.
16.
Please, dear God, don't get
You
my
also
foot
have
crushed.
advantage because
Oh.
Azrael is helping you.
Gotcha.
Oh, thank God.
That's 21.
You quickly shift and yank her out. Thankfully, you roll high enough where she doesn't take any damage from it. However, Holly, until you take a long rest, you are going to have -5 movement, or -5 movement range. So if you have 30, I believe,
Yeah.
you are now down to 25 per turn.
You have the movement of a halfling.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's what
except
I'm
for
used to
your
anyways.
movement of a bum leg.
I'm used to having that. I like short.
So, as you all step out, you hear this soft scuttling noise creeping about just outside of your peripheral. And no matter where you always look, there's always nothing there.
We've come to investigate a cemetery, and now we're in a horror movie.
I blame the rats.
Seems legit. We're in a cemetery too. It's so much better.
Yeah, that is also a good point.
I guess I'll be the only one alive after this then.
Swear to God, if we go into this with 2 grave clerics and only one person comes out alive, I'll be upset.
If we go into
I
Clave Clerics. I know how that works.
I would be legitimately surprised if only one of you came out of this.
With 2 grave clerics, freaking cure wounds is like brings you a max. If you're
That's actually life clerics. Grave clerics can
no grave
stabilize
clerics.
people from any difference
Huh?
or distance.
What?
Yeah, but
Life
it
clerics
also
heal for full. Oh yeah, that might.
we
be
also feel the full on dying or
That's what I meant,
stabilized
sorry.
targets. So
I
if we
play
a grave
stabilize you
cleric in
and
a
then
different
heal you,
campaign.
you heal them out. Or if you are below stabilized, we still heal you them.
Healing word's really strong on a grave cleric.
Yeah.
I think it's a good
Yeah.
idea to leave Lawrence here.
Sorry, as you said, Necro. Yeah, bless you.
Thank you.
You
Yeah,
doing
Corona.
all right there, Toki?
Mm,
You all right?
yeah.
The Amazon gets you knocked down with your soul.
Mm.
So, Necro, what did you say there? It sort of got drowned out. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Dr. Hadley has encouraged doctors on her staff
Uh,
to use the support line too.
So, what was it?
So important and starting tomorrow.
Necro, could you please repeat?
7 days a week.
I was gonna turn on the switch, the light again, the torch.
Ah,
When we come back, the Americans donating their own government.
that's weird.
And there's this moment of unity.
It's like a blip every few seconds, like on either end of the hallway. And it's always, this is the weirdest part, it always seems to occur when everybody is not looking at that side. Say, for instance, if people, because when the way they work is they make the scratching noise on the left side, everybody turns left, but then something appears on the right. Then the opposite occurs. And it keeps doing this for about 30 seconds until it doesn't, until it stops. And then it picks up again about 2 minutes later. It's a weird thing to have. Yeah, who did the Jason thing?
That was the Friday the 13th Jason theme.
Yeah. Stop it before I actually release an undead killer on you.
You mean you haven't?
Not yet.
Wait a minute. No, we circumvented your undead killer. We've circumvented Frankenstein.
Yes, the first time. And you think I have forgotten that? Regardless, how do you want to proceed? Because, Necro, you do know something is here. It's just hard to really figure out.
tell everybody to look at a specific direction. One looks straight, one looks right, one looks left.
All right.
I have an idea that might help with that. I'm gonna rip off a piece of cloth that I have, weld it to a ball with a string attached to it, douse the ball in alcohol and light it, and throw it in a hallway.
Okay. And it rolls down the fire. Before something just stomps it out.
Necro, what did you see that stomped it out?
The flickering light.
Oh, that means it's
So,
undead.
Not really. If it was undead, he wouldn't see anything. And he has the lamp. He has the torch on at the moment.
That's why I said he would. You said nothing happened. There was nothing there, from his perspective.
No, there was a flickering light from his perspective. There was something that was soul bearing down that hallway. It gives him a rough idea. Just because it has a soul does not indicate body.
Okay, what did we see down that hallway?
It looked like a bit of smoke. It was hard to tell if that was from the ball of cloth or something else. Then again, it is still there. Okay, it's definitely something.
So something's. We can tell there's something standing there.
Standing, floating, clinging to a wall.
Oh, if you have
You and I
physically
were
been
right
working
on the
any
same wavelength, sir.
We strongly urge you to be tested.
Okay.
No,
What do you-
we're not on the same language. I wasn't about to waste a lightning bolt spell just to see down a hallway.
He's
Fire,
using
fire.
fairy fire, though.
Light this sucker up like the 4th of July.
Stay safe and have a great
Zoki, what are you using it on?
One of my daggers, and I'm gonna toss it down the hallway.
Okay.
Don't you guys have?
You toss it down, and the light goes out at a certain point. Thorgirth, roll a dex save. You tip. All right, roll 2d4.
Eh,
Still fail.
Whatever that is has to make a save.
You take 6 points of slashing damage as the moment the light on the dagger goes out, it gets the glowing dagger gets thrown back at you and gets embedded in your shoulder.
So Double and Don supervise the plexiglass.
Was I able
gonna
to catch
cast-
that thing in the fairy fire?
Yes, actually. You were able to cast it, but I need to roll this.
Dex save, DC 14. Damn it! He just made it!
And Toki, you just missed it.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
All right. You have disadvantage because you can't actually see what you're shooting at.
Unfortunately.
Or rather, yeah.
That first one would have definitely hit, unfortunately.
For all we
11.
know, it might have been cast.
so 25 and 22.
Yeah,
She
it's-
still hit that motherfucker.
Yeah.
She does hit.
Oh, cool.
And it lights
However,
up.
it only takes 11 rounded down.
Yeah, but Guiding Bolt lights you up.
6 points of radiant damage, and what's illuminated is a totem pole.
Huh?
It's a totem pole. And another one lights up behind you, too.
What? Is
What's
it
on the
lighting up the
totem?
same way?
This. Hmm?
Well. Thank you for picking an AoE attack for it to throw at us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Takes
I mean, it
5
couldn't
points of
hit my
thunder
guiding
damage.
bolt back at us, so maybe it can't throw magic back.
One of them takes 5 points of thunder damage. Octavius, it's at this point the skull chimes in again. You know, maybe instead of defiling the entire crypt, you might actually want to talk to those things.
I was gonna ask what the totems look like.
They look like rather crude-looking knights.
Okay.
One with a sword, the other with a shield.
When you mean totem, do you mean statue or standee? Because when I think totem, I think of something very specific.
Are they
It'd be
miniature?
more standy, in a sense. It's mostly cylindrical. Like, it's not a full knight statue, it just has the visage of one. It's still a big-ass cylinder of wood.
Wait, is it kind of like the Viking ones?
Yes, that was what I was going for. Sorry. But, yeah, it's effectively just a very elaborate carving of a knight
How
on
the
a big
hell did that thing
cylinder
meet a dex
wood.
save?
Because they might be possessed by a spirit.
Also, you are attacking the one with the shield. That might have something to do with it.
Can I approach the one that we haven't attacked yet?
You approach the one with the sword, and it looks at you. Are you holding a weapon?
At the moment, I'm just holding the torch.
You hear this low
Oh,
hum,
is this like the longest one
but the
ever?
moment you step within 15 feet of it, the hum stops. And instead, you hear this small echo in the back of your head. What is your purpose, interloper?
We're trying to find the person that's trying to resurrect the dead.
What year is that?
There is somebody desecrating the corpses here.
Yes. There is imbalance. It must be stopped.
Yeah.
He
The match
just
at the
has
time was the longest
to
single
live
final
lives.
in terms of time
So
played.
we could end this unholy act.
You have threatened
Yeah, we just watched
the
this the other day. We watched this
shrines.
a couple weeks ago.
Your
They're really,
presence is
they are desperate.
a threat.
I do apologize.
Oh, look. You can't leave. All the plants will die.
Will not correct actions.
And what will?
Payment.
God damn it.
Of what sort?
It begins to hum again. Necro. No, not Necro, actually. Octavius, Holly, and Thargirth. All of you make Constitution saves.
What?
Constitution saves. All of you make them.
Natural 20.
Did that?
Yeah!
Everybody getting nat 20s but me. Come on, man. I have no modifier.
Why did you roll it twice?
Because I had disadvantage on the first one, so I just rolled it.
Oh, no. You have. Well, you only take 4 points of damage.
Cool.
As you notice any nicks or cracks on the statue with the shield seal up. As Holly, you see this scar, you see this wound appear on the back of your hand.
Because I hit it with that guiding bolt.
You really
Well, it was going after everybody who attacked it.
I didn't attack it.
You casted spells at it.
I casted fairy fire at it, sir.
You casted it with offensive intent.
Attempt to light it the fuck up.
What's happier than a wedding?
There'll be music, dancing, my mom will be in a box.
That's a gorgeous wedding cake.
It's okay. I'm not big on having little action figures on top. Kind of creep me out. This is our wedding. We can do whatever we want. We don't even have to have kids.
So,
Pie. Well, we probably need more than one. You know, so everybody gets some.
from there,
Alan, what do you think about a wedding with no cake?
No cake. Where would you put the little bride and groom? I can think of one place. Charlie, if you're going to do a wedding, do it right.
how would you all like to proceed? As the two totems, once the blood price is paid,
The claim check for your manhood.
disappear.
As I was saying, it's always
They sort of just shimmer, and they're gone. You now have both hallways at your disposal. You can go right or left.
And you wonder why people think you're gay.
But is it just right or left? Or is there a third
Just
option?
right or left. From your point of view, when you entered through the hole in the wall, it was a fork.
Okay. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I preferred Zarnikin versus the other guy, Shieldo. I vote Swordward.
Here, the bride of Frankenstein. Wow, that's quite a rock. You know what we call babes with rings
Anyone
like
else?
that in my neighborhood?
Well, the other two take the left.
What are you looking at me for? Just stay out of her neighborhood.
Are you suggesting to split the party, Azrael?
Ah, you got the names wrong.
This is Miranda,
I choked,
and
okay?
She has a friend whose nephew goes to some.
For all we know, it might just lead to the same area.
How did they get you in the
Okay,
right
well
order?
there's
They
5
don't,
of
you
us,
just
so how
up
do we
and they,
split
like-
this?
So end the stigma.
Or it leads entirely different regions.
Like,
Go ahead.
it's like D's and
Flip
E's
that
show
coin.
up at
Fucking I had left.
Which way was left? DM, which way was left? Sword or shield?
Which way was right? That would be
Which
sword.
way was left?
Shield was to the left. Oh, sorry. You guys got me confused. Sword was left. Shield was right.
I guess that's 2 votes for sword.
Should be 3 since I'm already at the sword.
Alright then, we're going down the
I'm
sword
so
path.
confused. Doing?
I'm walking and I'm walking.
What are you guys doing?
We're going
either
swordward.
left or right.
What?
At the
We're
fork
going
of
down the right path, left path.
I hear words, but I don't know if
We're
they have
going
meaning.
left.
We're at the fork of the road, and we're deciding either we're gonna go right or left.
And we have 3 votes to
Sword.
left.
Okay. Okay. I thought you guys were.
Probably in the basement downstairs. There was
So, I
some
presume you're all
upstairs,
going
but
sword
I think
way?
somebody ate it all.
Left? By which I mean left.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Alright. So y'all head down the left path. As you move further down, you eventually find that it comes to another fork. Which way do you want to go? Left or right? Or rather, in this case, it would be forwards or backwards. Oh, it really depends on perspective.
Well, hold on
You
a
went-
minute. That doesn't make
You
any
went
sense.
left, and you came to another fork. These could go either right or left. And given from the way you guys came from to begin with, you could either go forwards or backwards. I might have phrased it wrong. My bad.
I guess we go left again?
It's like there's still oil on it.
Did you get stuff out of it, or is it oil?
I got off.
Is there, if I'm picking up anything from
No, I
the
took
fork,
it off because it's full.
To the left, to the left.
When it turns white like that, that's oil.
I'm gonna stay with my family and try and calm my mother down.
Oh? So left again. Alrighty. You guys head left. And you keep heading left.
Shows up at a 4-star restaurant wearing a tracksuit with the word juicy stretched across a cafe glass.
You eventually find your way to a rather small room. Looks like a burial chamber. You currently stand at the doorway, and it's effectively like the same thing with the raised platform that you found on the first level of this. By which I mean, there's a raised platform, except this one's about 10 feet up. There's also a series of coffins on either side.
do they appear touched, disturbed in any way?
Roll investigation. Not that you can tell.
What are you looking for?
You're currently at a sort of burial chamber room. You guys are trying to figure out if any of the coffins were messed with. Anybody else want to try? Or are you guys just gonna go further in?
Is the coffin like open?
Again, from what Azriel said, looks like none of them have been disturbed. None of the coffins on the base on the ground level have been disturbed. However, that means nothing of the one up top, which you aren't sure
And then
of.
Zoe's extraordinary playlist is on at 9. Big night tonight. Big night.
Yeah.
I climb up.
All right. As you step in, nothing happens. And as you move up to the pedestal, the coffin has been pried open. Though it's less a coffin and more a very, very big stone box. But the lid has been shifted to where
Dog in the front row?
from the ground level, from looking up, it doesn't appear as though it's been moved. When in reality, it's actually been pushed back so that the top half has been exposed.
I'm gonna look for footprints just outside of that.
8.
All right.
Zoe's at 9.
You roll investigation for me.
All this investigating. Not very good at it. Nat 1.
You can't seem to find anything. So, it's an empty coffin. At the very least, just an empty box. From there, you guys can further check.
How about your father? He takes us all out to dinner, and the only plastic he's got on him is his shoes.
Charlie, he must give me away at the
Away? That cheapskate? I'll probably have to trade him a pony and a couple of blankets for you.
What are we saying? That we're gonna have a wedding that none of our family and friends can attend?
Octavius, why don't you ask her phone friend if he knows anything about this?
Alicia is currently a whole. Octavius, did you keep track of the skull?
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Oh no.
Roll perception.
Woo!
Well, you know where the skull is.
Alicia has.
Alicia took it. Yeah.
Wow.
And she's currently having a lively debate with the skull, too.
Oh dear.
None of you really noticed because at a certain point you just learned to drown her voice out. But she has been eagerly and fervently talking with the skull, and the skull has been talking back, rather politely even.
Next thing you know, they'll be doing a late time talk show reviewing movies.
Here comes the bride. Here comes the bride.
What the hell am I
So-
hearing, Brian?
Something in the background that.
I'm pretty sure I heard "Here Comes the Bride."
Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, so Octavius, as you approach, this girl says, "Oh no. You should have seen what the other part." Oh, hey, meat sack, what's up?
Yeah, just wanted to wonder if maybe you know who used to be in this coffin? Or if it's yours?
Oi, Alicia, could you take me out there to see it? Oh, sure. And she takes it. She turns it, and he see. Huh. Now, if memory serves, this is the tomb of a knight. One Sir Dagon the Brave. From the looks of it, a rather nasty fellow. He got buried with servants. So, that all?
That should be all.
Me too.
Should we head for the other direction now?
Most of the time.
You think you'll ever get married again?
I don't know.
Husband.
All right, you guys want to head the other way?
Yep.
But they're my family.
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty.
Who knew your idea of marriage was you and me alone in a house?
As you guys head the other way, you find yourself in a rather well-lit area, actually. The hallway has decent lighting, and you guys are no longer seeing anything in monochrome.
Now let's not forget, you're the one who came back to me. Because I wanted your sperm. Yeah, well, it's a package deal. My sperm and my brother go hand in hand. This is so sudden.
Well, lots of good things are sudden. Like
From there,
orgasms,
That's two things.
multiple orgasms. That's fun.
you eventually come to a small circular chamber. There's a staircase winding the entire way up and the entire way down.
Sex is great.
The sex is unbelievable. It doesn't matter. What's important is I just avoided. I am so sorry. Thanks. Now let's head for a strip joint, get drunk, and let the healing begin.
So,
But before we do that, I was wondering, could I ask you for a little favor? Yeah? Can I borrow? Oh, I thought as long as we're in Vegas, I'd marry Candy.
This time, I vote that we head to the right side of the
We just
left.
found a new
there's
room.
no right or left. There's literally just up and down.
I thought you said we found a circular room.
That has staircases going up and down.
Oh.
Oh. I think we were going back the way we came.
Wait,
No, you guys said you were going the other way. Of the first, of the latest fork you found. You turned left from that fork, and now you're going down the right path.
One good share deserves another.
Would you say it's been an hour in game?
Yes, it would have been about an hour by now.
Goodbye, temporary hit points.
All right. So, do you guys want to go up or do you guys want to go down?
As much as I want to go up, I feel like if we're looking for somebody who's trying to hide, they're probably going to go down.
I agree.
All right. You guys head down. As you descend, you find yourself slowly moving from stone walls and rather neat areas to a much colder, damper environment with dirt walls and support columns. Eventually, you get to the bottom. And from there, well, fairly simple to see that all you really need is a way forward, of which there is one. A large stone door. How it gets opened is completely up to you.
Is there any marking on the door? Symbol or such?
Roll investigation. There's no marks that are readily apparent. You do find some. Ones right around where a doorknob would be. As you trace your fingers over, it faintly glows. Before it just drops. The way forward is lit. Well, not lit because there's no light, but you get the point.
Onwards then. Move onwards.
All right. So, does everybody follow her going forward?
Yes.
Octavius, Thargirth.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
All right. And Alicia is following you as well. She just nods. As you move forward, you eventually come to a small room. It's a rather messily made one. It's not square, but it's not quite circular. It's weird. Ah. So, so, as you are in the room, something in the ceiling lights up. It's just a big mushroom, but it is a massive glowing mushroom. That's always a thing. So, how do you want to proceed?
Take it there's a tomb in this room.
Hmm?
Is there a tomb in this room?
No, it's just some earthen worked room. There's support columns, one in the middle. So, I will ask again. How do you want to proceed?
All I know is that there's a giant glowing mushroom, and I'm very intrigued.
If you're intrigued, you can investigate.
Okay. I don't want to touch it, but I will investigate.
Roll investigation. Bless you.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I rolled a 13.
Well, it's definitely not going to kill you.
Anything else?
It glows. Beyond that, not much to tell. Does look really cool.
Is there anything else other than the pillar and the mushroom?
Well, there are a few pillars, like I said. And they're more support columns than anything. Regardless, as you all move, which one of you, if you guys want to move on, you're perfectly content to do so. However, who would be the last to leave the room?
Probably me.
Probably you. Alrighty. So, before you leave, or as you're about to leave, you hear this noise in the back of your head. It's this slight whispering, almost. You can't make out the words, but you can tell that it's not something that you want to have happen at the moment. You shake it off and move forward. So, as you move forward, eventually, you find yourself in a locked chamber. And what I mean by this is the door leading forward is locked. It's surprisingly hard to move.
Does it contain a similar lock like the one down below?
You could see. There's actually no markings on this at all.
Here, honey, I
You
brought
can't
you a
see
present.
anything
It's a
in the
wallaby.
room that would
She got
indicate
it as a woman got it as a
being
gift from her fiance. Everyone was happy.
a sort of switch for it. At least not right away.
Markhor are a type of mountain goat. They live in very mountainous, rocky. And last year, we had our Markhor herd pretty much double. Excuse me. So many
Beyond that, though,
one of those birds was
it doesn't seem to be a way forward.
and their names are Angel and Dominic.
Hmm. Yeah, is just gonna stand there, or
When we're darting, specifically Markhor, they can be kind of flighty animals, and they're calmer when they're in a
Are there
group.
any markings on the floor as if it's been moved front or forward?
If they
roll an investigation? You can't tell.
and then the toenail fell off, essentially, and she's gotten hair inside
However,
inside.
you do notice that some things, that dirt has been shifted. So, you know there's something. You're just not sure what.
There is silence.
Well, I'm waiting for somebody else. I said my part.
What's happening?
They're trying to find pieces to a possible puzzle.
Sure, I'll look for puzzle pieces.
Roll investigation.
4. Maybe it's over there. Just can't see it.
You become very interested in a wall. And who's repeating me? Point is, you become very interested in a wall. No real reason. You just interest in wall. You find covered by a bare layer of dirt
Okay, so I took a look at
a series of symbols. There's 5 in total.
the photography website.
There
I
are
was thinking we would just
symbols
do a graduation
that look
announcement
slightly
for
like
now, or do you want to wait? I just want to look at the whole thing. Okay.
cross that look like not cross letters of some kind.
Because I don't know if we're going to be able to do the party in June.
It's
I mean, people are still going to be kind of freaking out. Don't
it's
you?
hard to tell. So you have 5 symbols that appear to be letters of some kind. So
When is the
Can anyone read Dead Man?
Chicago cancel?
Just asking if anyone can read this.
Or Harbor Springs?
I don't know. Now that the symbols are exposed,
I haven't heard about any of it.
everybody can try reading the symbols.
Do I recognize what they were?
Do any of you speak Goblin?
The goblin in our party sure does.
Are you sure about that?
Or goblin?
I'm pretty sure you can't not know it.
Either that or I spent 10 minutes just to read it.
Oh. Why in our yard?
Sorry, you guys lagged out very badly for me. My bad. I'm sorry.
Gargith is a
I don't
goblin.
Yes. Dargurth, do you want to read them?
Yes.
All right. They're literally just the first 5 letters of the Goblin alphabet.
Oh, and look, the cats, like, they're taunting her.
Goblins have an alphabet.
It's less alphabet, more loose collection of symbols that they sort of just agreed on. Really, it's kind of surprising you guys have language at all, but you do. And you can read it.
It's a miracle orcs have a language at all either, but they still do.
Okay, press them in order. A, B, C, D.
All right. You press them in order. You press the one that you press the analog of A. Nothing happens. You press B. Nothing happens. You press C. You hear a click. Press D. You hear a second, much deeper, much louder click as something happens, but the door doesn't open. You press E. Nothing happens.
These are hoof marks. You can kind of see how high a Mark 4 can jump. And you'll see they kind of swirl off to the side because Mark
I'll and then I'll try and press the A.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens when I press the C.
Oh no! When you press the C, there's a click.
And then I press the A.
Deep click again. Nothing happens.
I'm gonna go back and press the C, and then we'll press the B.
Click, then loud click. And who is breathing?
Probably me.
Yes.
I'm gonna press the C, and then I'm gonna press the E.
You hear two clicks. Both
Then I'm gonna press
of
the D.
these. The loud click again.
I'm gonna press the C, and then the E, and then the A.
Click. Thud. As in the loud
Press
click.
the A, and then the E, and then the B.
All right. You tap out Abe.
No, the C, and then the E, and then the B.
All right. Click.
Finally.
Oh, so Necker, it's a bit weird that it's only me that's getting repeated through you.
Does something happen, or do I get the sense that I need to do another click?
After the third click, nothing happens.
I press the E.
The E, the B,
The D.
Thud. Nothing happens.
Go through this cycle again. I press the C, I press the E, I press the B, I press the A.
4 clicks.
And then I press the D.
Click. As it all descends.
Oh,
The door,
thank
by that I
God.
mean. Yeah,
I
you
did a
finished
puzzle,
it. The ceiling
guys, while y'all
collapsed.
just stood there and watched me.
It's literally
Okay,
a button mashing puzzle, unless we found the key somewhere.
Nope, you didn't find the key, so you literally just had to figure out the combo of letters. Which, by the way, were complete yet gibberish.
What happens when the door or whatever opens?
It just opens.
We'll lead the group.
Did they knock him out?
Yeah, they have to X-ray him.
Alrighty. You move forward. And you continue to find dirt hallways. Every once in a while, you find a little empty room, though some of them appear to have like walls dug into them. The walls are dug into and veins of stone. You also find various pieces of mining equipment scattered about at certain points. It's hard to tell. Well, obviously it's mining equipment, but you're not quite sure of the exact purpose.
I'm gonna start slapping Octavius and Goblin's face. Like, hello, zombies, are you awake? Are you here? Can you do stuff?
Why are you slapping us? You're a cleric. Turn the undead.
There's no undead here. Could
thought
you
you said
figure out the
zombies.
puzzles?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's half the time I have to boost you all so much to hear anyone.
You do hear faint shuffling and clacking noises further down the hall. Further down. Not just the hall, but just in general. Just in the forward direction.
Yeah, but it was. You always had to pump a cream on the lotion. It still is. But it was like.
How far away does it sound? How far away does that clacking noise?
Around. You mean just in a straight line to you, or in actual distance you'd have to travel?
Turn your face.
Just say how far away it is.
In a direct line from you, it's about 80 feet. So, how shall you proceed?
Quiet and silently.
What?
Necro, could you repeat what you said?
Start sneaking our way closer to that clacking.
Well, if you keep going forward, yes. So, as you move forward, the shuffling and the clacking get louder, and louder, and louder, till eventually you come to a room with a group of bodies. It's nothing big. Nothing major, anyways. So, you enter through here. Throughout the little room, so you're rather large and you're inside. You see a rather large thing. It's hard to tell what it is. Because, well, it's sort of huddled in a corner. There's also a sort of foul stench emanating from it. Slowly but surely, it. This thing carrying what is effectively a massive pickaxe turns to face you. Part of its face missing, another part of its arm just gone. And the pickaxe itself has just been strapped to the arm. Everybody, roll initiative.
Is that a zombie orc?
Ogre.
Here I thought it was a flesh golem.
Your discretion is advised.
What the fuck?
My initiative didn't get put in the turn order.
You have to select your token first.
Oh yeah. You just have a ridiculously high initiative.
Pet it.
Oh yeah, my thing's just selected on a different name right now.
What was your first initiative? Okay, 9. Alrighty. Thurgirth, you're up first.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Cat's even settled in.
First off, Twain spell, and I touch Octavius.
I'm sorry, what?
and
He's a sorcerer.
Holly.
He actually lost the character sheet for Paladin, and it just made more sense to allow him to be to allow him to take a sorcerer that had a very similar background to Paladin than troll through the entirety of the homebrew stuff to find the original one.
See, this is why you save PDF documents.
So now Octavius and Holly can breathe lightning.
I'm sorry, what?
He used
In the
Twin
15.
Spell to give both of you Dragon's Breath.
I'm pretty sure that's a self spell.
No, it's touch.
It says one willing creature touch, and since Twain spell twains any one target spell, I can twain it to 2 people. So stop being an asshole and go breathe lightning on this asshole.
Keep in mind, it does take up your attack.
But it's 3d6, so it's probably better than most things you can use to attack.
That's how far it goes.
And that's your turn.
No, that's my bonus action. And because I'm all the way over here, I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. Of course it. What the fuck? There we go.
Make a ranged spell. You just barely hit it. Roll damage. Okay. For some reason, as the spell is thrown, something seems to mess with it right before it hits, and it has less of an impact than it should.
Okay, that is my turn.
So, Holly, you're up. Coral, you're up.
We are delighted to have you with us again, Dr. Whitnut. We've even broken out the leather bundles in your honor. I hope you'll be comfortable enough upstairs.
Remember, you only got 25 feet of movement.
Thank you for having me at such short notice. The lodgings I secured set out to be earmarked for demolition in a couple of weeks.
That's a common occurrence in Papua these days. But not here, you'll be relieved to know. We shall probably still be here in the year 2000. No, we won't. Neither will Nata's house. At some point in the next year, we will be forced out. And, locked down.
Holly?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were keeping my.
It's your turn.
Yes. 5, 10, 20, 25. How far away am I? I don't know how to use the measuring tool.
From there. About 50 feet.
Cool. I will cast Spiritual Weapon. This one. Looks like a 25 to hit
25 hits.
and 11 damage.
Round it down to 6.
Action.
Magic doesn't seem to work well on it for some reason. Octavius, you're up.
Wait, I have an action.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I
Bonus
forgot.
action cast.
Spiritual
That's
weapon is
bonus.
badass.
Yeah. I will do crossbow for 15 to hit.
15 hits, and it does take
3
the
damage.
3. That your turn?
Yes.
Octavius?
Alright.
My dad used to enter the horticultural show every summer bank holiday.
What's the range of my gun sword?
Is he the new doctor? I guess
Okay, could you repeat that? You cut out for me.
What's the range of my gun sword?
Mr. Prentice,
Necro?
you're with Dr. McNulty.
Mr. Prentice? Changing the range.
It's fairly short. I remember we agreed on that.
What are in line next for that?
Touching on us next. You want me to put in a good word about your feedback on it?
It's nice.
I can't seem to find it real.
It's working. That's the way.
I think the minimum was 60.
I love me.
So like a light crossbow.
Come on.
Go on, you two, look after him.
Come on. Let's go. Come on. I will.
So,
That's gonna go bad.
oh yeah, I found the note. Necro, unless you have something else, it says 15 feet for the gunshot?
I'm trying to find the original.
For some reason, that's what I wrote down.
$30.90.
Hmm?
It's $30.90.
Oh, damn, I had it nerfed for some reason. All right, yeah, you can shoot 30 feet or 30 feet at lowest, 90 feet at greatest.
She has asked to meet you and your husband, and she would like to say
Octavius.
Okay. I'm going to try to shoot this gun.
Alrighty.
Because it's past 30, that means I have disadvantage, don't I? I think that's how crossbows work. Wait, no, it's if you're under the minimum, it's disadvantage, and it's above the
Yeah,
minimum,
if you're under the minimum for any ranged weapon, it's at disadvantage.
and over the maximum. So I'm right in the middle.
Yeah, so you're in the sweet spot.
Alright. First time shooting the gun.
That hits. Roll damage.
Eight.
The shot pierces its hand as it like raises to shield itself from the bright flash. And as it puts down, you also notice there's a chunk of its face missing where the same path of the bullet would have been.
Oh, this is so good.
Well, also you're up against a giant rotting pound of flesh.
This is the first time he's ever used this thing. It's doing good work.
It is now the ogre's turn. Okay, so far only 2 people have damaged it. So 1. Oh no, wait. Toki has 2. So Octavius, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Octavius.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
DC'd.
What?
I don't know. I didn't hear the DC sound.
Everybody's here.
Okay, so let's see range. All right, Octavius, make a dex save as it dashes up to you, and as you see this small pocket in its intestines starts to bubble, you made it. You managed to dodge as it runs forward and sort of like throws its head and part of its arms back as this thing on its body bursts and this spray of this brackish green liquid just comes flying out at you. You made the save, so only take half damage, which is... You're lucky I rolled low. 9 rounded. It's 4.5 rounded up. You take 5 points of necrotic damage. And from there, it's just going to stand there and sort of twitch. Next up, Azrael.
Move up over here.
Okay.
For the first time, I'll shoot my rifle at it.
Alrighty.
Take 11.
So you're only dealing dealing gun damage.
Yes. So it'll be just 11.
Alrighty.
That'll be it.
Thargarth, you're up.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay, 31.
That's a lot of sixes.
15 rounded down.
And yet I found it in a box of blood samples, which would cause a great deal of confusion at the laboratory.
So, again, as the lightning bolt streaks out, it sort of dissipates slightly when it strikes, but it still does something, just not as much as you'd expect. Holly, you're up.
Also,
I'm not
Nobody's
Ellie, but
hurt,
I'll
are they?
take my turn.
Nobody's hurt yet. Well, no, Octavius is hurt.
Bonus action, I move my
Spiritual weapon.
my spiritual weapon. It only moves 20 feet closer to him, so I don't think it makes it all the way to
It
him.
doesn't. He moved a full 30.
Who's hurt? Who is hurt?
Octavius is the only one hurt at the moment.
And I'm sure Mr. Dinsdale could do something. Maybe country dancing and making some hairdressers.
Is this Octavius?
Yes.
I will cure.
And the best is yet to come.
9 points of healing.
All right, Octavius, you heal back all damage.
Move stand just in front of Octavius.
Octavius, your turn.
Um,
I have to say it.
Oh.
Frota!
What do you do? Oh, you're breathing lightning. You have to make a range. You have to.
It's a save, isn't it?
It's a deck save.
It's
What is the
based on
save?
his dex, so it's a DC 14 from Toki.
Wow, I'm really rolling badly.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to inspire Noctis. Shoot it till it dies!
The ogre's up. It's going to step forward.
Mother.
Okay. First off, it's going to see if it can regenerate its poisonous. It does not roll a 5 or a 6, so. Then, with its action, it is going to take a very violent swing at. Octavius.
Everybody wants to take a swing at Octavius.
I'm assuming
miss.
an 11 does. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a creature that's actually supposed to be intimidating, just neutered by the fact that the dice hate me.
I mean, its special ability didn't poison me, and it did minimum damage.
Well, no, that's because you managed to get the saving throw. If you hadn't, you'd have been fucked.
And he hasn't hit anyone yet, and we've already hit him pretty hard.
Yeah, like I said. Azrael, you're up.
I'll move more this way, and I'll take another shot at it. So another 11 points of damage.
All right.
Please sit down. Miss Tang is now the Brazil English Christian name, aren't you?
And that'll be it.
I've explained that we were all under the impression that she had passed away. And really did. I do not think I could live for many years. But it is different.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Dargith?
My turn again?
Yep.
Jesus.
I have some photographs you would like to see. Sorry.
That's a touch.
I use a distance spell.
She goes to school? Yes.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
She's learning to read. She looks very happy in the photographs, doesn't she?
All right, it heals 17.
Thank you, Toki, for using necrotic damage on the zombie.
Yeah. So it heals more than 17 because that was a level 3.
Ooh, how much more?
So I
Another
rolled
17.
two 17s.
Ooh.
Well, I think that's all the damage we did to it.
Oh no, it's still at around a third. It's still missing around a third of its total health.
Oh, only a third.
So, Holly, you're up.
I will spiritual weapon because I think it can make it to him with another 20 feet because I don't think he moved.
He only moved 5 feet, so yes, you could make it.
20 to hit with damage.
All right. 5 halved is 2.5. Down is 2.
Then we'll do Spirit Guardian.
Oh, you monster! You found the combo.
Oh.
Ta-da! So within
So
a
it takes 10
15
points
foot.
of radiant.
Well, I think it starts on its turn. But, you call for spirits to protect you. They flit around you in a distance of 15 feet for the duration you are good or neutral. Their spectral form appears angelic or fey. Choice: if you are evil, they appear fiendish. When you cast this spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, this creature takes 3d8 radiant. Yeah. So I think it takes the damage on his turn.
Yeah, it won't. The damage won't tick until its turn.
Yeah.
Octavius.
But I do cast, and it has half move.
It's a concentration. It's that and spiritual weapon is the cleric combo.
True. Oh, it is concentration though.
Spiritual weapon.
Hold on. Spiritual weapon is not concentration.
Yeah, that's why.
Guardians though.
Spirit Guardians is.
So all you're
Spiritual
saying
weapon
is
is
I
not.
have to hit you hard enough.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hit me hard enough, it drops.
Considering this thing hits like a freight truck when it actually does hit, yeah, that's not a good thing for you.
Okay.
That's fine. It has to hit me first.
Bonus action, Mantle of Inspiration. Everybody add 5 temporary hit points, and everyone can now move their movement speed as a reaction. So I'm gonna go over here. If anyone wants to move, they can now.
He's got a heart condition. Look, he's blue.
And I'm gonna thunder shout him again. Ooh, good damage.
I'm going to ask them to
You shot or did the?
It's the lightning damage thing. I'd have to spend my action to reload in order to get another bullet in there.
It's all right.
All right, ogre zombie. So it's within 15 feet, right?
Yep. Oh, it started its turn. It has to will save. Holly, what do your guardians look like?
Wait, how much damage was it?
The initial cast was
10. Guardians was, yeah, so it only takes 5. I mean, It's just going to stay there, which is should be. Yep, it's right outside the range. Also, wow, the dice are really not in my favor. Octavius, it's going to look to you and swing around and try to catch you with.
I just realized I've been muted this whole time. Did it make the wisdom save?
Yeah, it failed. It
Yeah,
took the 10
failed.
damage initial.
Okay.
Down to 5.
And
'cause
also
all
its speed is
his magic
halved. Did you have
I
its
know, it
speed?
only moved 15.
Okay. And then I get an opportunity attack, right?
Oh, come on!
You can. Holly, you wouldn't happen to have Sentinel, would you?
No.
Okay.
If anything, I would have Warcaster, but I don't.
Ah.
However, with its bonus action, it's going to reach it. Not your turn.
I get an opportunity attack. It moves away from me.
Yep. Wow, that's bludgeoning damage. Wait, how the hell is it a 1?
Is.
There's no strength to it.
It's not adding your modifier.
I
to
don't
the
have
damage.
any strength modifiers.
Oh.
My strength is 10.
It's going to rip something out of it. Oh, who DC'd?
Ignore it. It's the hiccups.
Yeah, it sort of like pounds its chest with its stub arm. And something seems to stumble out.
I do not like the sound of this.
Bones. So, it's summoned. I need to actually roll a d6. Oh, that's not good for you guys.
Oh no. Please don't tell me.
5 skeletons.
Is that a freaking...
Minotaur skeleton.
Oh, lovely.
And where is Alicia during all this?
She's staying out of harm's way with the skull.
Says the cleric!
You got one, you're fine.
We have no tanks.
Yeah, your bard is filling that role right now.
I mean, technically, I have the stats to tank. They just don't find
Clerics
any
can
interest
tank
in
without a
hitting
doubt. That
me
doesn't hit me.
specifically.
No. The ogre ends its turn after just disengorging this massive pile of bones that reassembles into a minotaur.
Mini.
All right. So 5, 10.
Oh, really? You're not going to try to get advantage on the bard?
Oh no, he's doing something else. He's going to charge Holly.
Uh-oh.
It is then
As
going
soon
to
as he
attempt to
enters
gore
my zone, he
you.
has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Spirit Guardians.
Spirit whores.
13 damage.
Okay. So it's going to attempt to gore you now, Holly.
Okay.
And of course. All right. Well, that's it. I swear to God, the dice hate me.
You know the rules
No, they
when
just
you play
love
with
my
us,
character.
Brian. You gotta kill us in the social commentary. You can't let us roll.
Or very weaklings,
Like
like spiders.
put on top, or like caramel on one side and chocolate on the other.
Yeah, you guys do realize I could have fucked you over with warp spiders, right?
I'm not.
Do not make me pull out the warp spiders.
What the hell are warp spiders?
You know how displacer beasts work?
Yeah.
That,
I don't understand.
but giant spiders.
Speaking of which, what happens to our pets when we go into combat?
And she was probably.
I'm not gonna go the grimdark way and just say they flee the scene and will only come
They're
back
with Alicia in
afterwards.
the skull.
Yeah,
That can still happen.
They're
You
the
just cut over to
NPC
them.
that hold our luggage.
yeah, basically.
They have divine intervention.
Here, Alicia, hold my large cat.
Yeah, Azrael, you're up.
Remember, you have a D8 inspiration.
But then again, who's gonna be my target right now? Since
It depends. Which one do you want to shoot more?
I'll take a shot at the ogre since we don't want to risk him multiplying again.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Thorgirth?
They are the property of the health authority. But I require them. What They are necessary in the celebration of St. Raymond and Martyrs, whose devotion to expectant mothers and midwives.
Okay, that hits. Full damage. Who are you hitting?
The guy right in front of me.
All right. What does 4 give you?
Hold up, gotta read the text. I have to read the ancient text.
Yep.
Spells. Chaos.
Please don't be necrotic.
So 1. Now roll 2 1s.
You rolled 2 4s.
Force. May the force be with you.
All right.
Yeah, May 4th is tomorrow, right?
So if I remember correctly,
1, 4, 8, 9 damage.
9. Write it down. Ollie, what you doing?
At the Hey, is that Minotaur within 30 feet?
No.
Sorry.
Yes, that Minotaur is
What?
within 30
What
feet
the-
of the target. So it also
What?
takes 9 damage.
It's 30.
What is this?
No, the bolt jumps and you choose and you roll for a new damage type.
Oh, well.
I know how
Cool.
Chaos Bolt works.
I thought it was my turn.
It doesn't jump again.
So it takes 9 force damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Now it's your turn. All right. Who are you hitting with the spiritual?
Well,
The one.
once you cast it initially, it's just there.
Yeah. I'm just hitting them with it.
first time they enter or on their turn. You don't have to roll it right now.
Yeah. I'll do a.
Who are you doing Sacred Flame on?
And it's a deck save.
Huh.
Okay. He doesn't take any damage.
That your turn?
Yeah.
Who did the spiritual weapon go to, by the way?
The other guy. This guy. Because that's where my weapon is.
Okay.
Also, they should both be in my range of
True.
spiritual guardians. So when they start their turns, they have to do the thing.
All right. Octavius, you're up.
Nevertheless, thank you for your consultation. Might I furnish you with tea?
There was never a particularly Santa song, was there? Sir, you can bump into me whenever you like. Whenever you've got the time. But you don't have time.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Shatter at 3rd level on this big hunk of zombie.
All right.
It's 21 thunder damage on a con save.
To the ogre, correct?
Yep.
I'm just asking because you could target both with Shatter if memory serves.
No, I can't. It's a 10-foot sphere.
Ah, okay. So. Oh, come on.
That's 21 thunder.
21 divided by 10. These are for both abilities. It doesn't regenerate either. It does have to make the... All right, 11. So that would be... Roll it.
Has Esther given you any indication as to how she could support me? No.
Holly.
She was absolutely determined to take
It failed the wisdom save, so roll.
She will meet with us or discuss it.
We know that Esther is May's mother.
Coral.
And we thought
Yeah.
Roll Spiritual Guardian, because it failed the save.
Oh.
when I think
Mid.
of me,
Hello.
it feels like I'm physically.
11 down to... All right, it's going to take another swing at you, Octavia. And a fucking course. Oh, no, wait, -1. So it still fails. It takes 11 points of damage. Ollie? Does an 18 hit you?
I won't change my mind. Very well.
Oh, are they hitting me?
It's going for you. Does it hit you?
Yeah, 18's my armor class. Did it
All right, it
move
hits.
all that way through my spiritual guardians? Isn't that like...
They don't get attack
It's
of
15
opportunity.
feet exact. It's 15 feet exactly.
Okay. So he...
Well, no, it actually has 20 feet of movement.
So it'd be on the other side of me.
Yeah. And it also activates its charge again. So roll a strength save for me.
I'm really good at those.
I have a job looking after
Oh, you're going to make this.
the young.
go to their own parents.
Yep, you make it, so you aren't pushed, but you take 22 points of piercing damage,
Oh, gee.
and you need to make a concentrations roll with a save of 32.
Oh, what?
Really?
30?
I don't think that's
Concentration
possible.
saves are 10 plus damage. Or no, wait, it's either that. I need to check that because it's either that or
It's
it's
half the damage.
Yeah.
yeah. So
10 plus half
Unless
the
it's under
damage, I
10.
think.
10 plus half the damage. So it would be 10 plus 11. You still need to make a 21.
Fuck.
That's impossible for me. I have a 0 modifier. I didn't mean to spam that, sorry.
So 14. Spiritual Guardians is dropped.
Yeah. Is he still on the other side of me?
Yeah, he's right. He never left your melee though, so you don't get an attack of opportunity.
Well, no, I'm wondering because his movement was halved. Wouldn't he be on the opposite side?
No, he has 20 feet of movement. The Minotaur has 40. The Ogre has 30.
His ability gives him a thing.
No worries. I took 22 damage.
22.
Six hit points.
I nearly have you down.
Yep.
Hot damn! It's Azrael. You're up.
Fine, making up damage. I'll take another shot at the ogre.
That hits. It has 13. It is very near death.
And that'll be all.
Thargarth, you're up. Is this for both of them or just the one? It doesn't make the save, so it takes 7. However, the DC is 12. It stays alive at 1, and also the Minotaur gets caught in it. It takes the full 14.
Why is my mic muted?
Is he moving out of my range?
No, I needed to move it so I could access the stats of the Minotaur.
Ah.
Holly, you're up.
Hi. Cure wounds.
Wait,
On yourself.
Yeah.
wait, the ogre is right
14
next
hit.
to the Minotaur, correct? Sorry.
Spiritual moves.
All right. So you heal 14 points of 14 points.
I know.
And then
Yeah.
which one are you hitting?
I deal
Which one?
Minotaur.
13. Octavius, you're up.
Wait, hey Brian, was the ogre right next to the Minotaur within 5 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Minotaur would have taken 11 points, not 11 points, 6 points of damage due
From?
to the scatter of the rifle.
What? That was after.
Oh. Scatter. So it would take 6. So, Octavius, you're up. Molly, or Holly.
Yeah.
Shattered level 3 on both of them. Son of a bitch. Well, they both have to make a save.
First one makes it. Second one makes it. So it's halved.
15 divided by 2.
15 divided by 2. Well, the Minotaur's dead. Meanwhile, so 15 divided by 2 divided by 2 again.
The little girl.
4, effectively. The ogre's still around.
Unfortunately, I can do nothing to attack it.
Oh, it got close to getting back its second ability. But it's just going to try and swing at you again. It's actually... No, it's going to swing at Holly. Ooh.
That'll hit.
Eight points of damage to you, Holly. As it swings around, as it swings over with the pickaxe and strikes you right on the chest. So, Minotaur's dead. Azrael, you're...
I'll move over here and I'll take another shot at it.
Okay. It dies. Because Undead Fortitude finally failed it. As you aim the spear and... and also, Azrael, Scatter does not specify enemy creatures.
Oh, son of a bitch.
How many of you would have gotten hit by a 26?
Yes. Wait a minute, hold on.
Sorry?
That means I would have been hit by the last 3 shots on this thing.
True, but we were ignoring scatter until now
I
too.
don't know how she got in contact with all of them. They're all in the Rolodex. Phyllis's Rolodex.
Yes,
So
that would hit me.
both Octavius and Holly take 9 points of. Well, no, not 9 points. Those creatures take half damage, so 4. Both of you take 4 points of damage.
8.
You have 8 health left.
You remember you
Yup.
had temporary hit points, right, Holly?
Yeah, I took those off from the 22 that hit me.
That wasn't damage. That was. Wait, that was damage?
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
22 damage
shit,
earlier from a
okay.
charge attack.
So it's dead now, right?
Yes, the head gets cratered, and it sort of just crumples, and the shrapnel of the skull bits actually hits both of you. From there, everything sort
I
of goes
burn the
quiet.
bodies. I burn the bodies.
You burn the bodies. Both
And then
bodies
I
are
plop down on my
thoroughly
ass.
burned. Alicia runs in, and
This was a great investment.
okay, she is going to cast Prayer of Healing at 2nd level. So, up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within the range of each creature. Each regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So, Octavius and Holly, you both regained.
Nothing, I'm at full.
Okay, so just Holly, you gain 15 points of health back as she runs in, gets on her knees, and clasps her hands together, and from there it's just she lets out a small breath afterwards,
For 10 minutes.
and you feel healthier. And that is where we'll end it for the night,
Health. Yay!
with you guys having killed
Look at how pretty he is. So when did
what is actually called
So they tried to arrange something.
a lesser brood lord. It's a little creation of my own.
5 spell slots.
Yeah, the thing is, this thing was lesser, but it got what was known as a Gem of Nullification, where all magic damage was halved and necrotic damage healed it. Typically, these things have the resistances and stat blocks of zombie ogres with a few added abilities.
It's a good thing I didn't use inflict wounds.
Yeah, I know. Specifically, one you learned of is known as Summon Skeleton. Specifically, it can summon one of the 3 skeletal types, being Minotaur Skeleton, Skeleton, or Warhorse Skeleton. The ability regenerates on a 6. It also has the Poisonous Bile, which, Necro, Mark, you saw firsthand. Keep in mind, lesser Broodlord. Do not question me on what the lesser part means yet. I hope the game was fun, and this is just a precursor